Welcome back to the mighty Cruise1st TV, on your telly every day from early morning until 10 p.m. here on Sky 681, but also, and never forget this, 24 hours a day on our YouTube channel. Now, this show is all about taking more cruise for your money and getting more out of an incredible cruise and stay holiday.
Yes, that's right. In this show, we're taking one of our favourite ships from Royal Caribbean on an adventure out to the Caribbean for next year. Now, Indy will be with us in Southampton for a full season of exciting cruises next year from May through to October. And then she's off to sunnier climes for the winter, and it's the repositioning cruise from Southampton to the Caribbean on the 16th of October next year that we have 3 fabulous offers for you.
That's right. So the cruise is 14 exciting nights on each of the offers we're about to show you, but then you choose the happy ending. In Orlando for the theme parks and the shopping, jetting over to New York for some time in Times Square, taking in the Strip in Las Vegas, Nevada, or staying on Indy and enjoying a perfect day at Coco Cay in the Bahamas. The choice, my friends, is yours. And if you are flying home at the end of whichever epic holiday you choose, back to either Manchester, Birmingham or Glasgow, we'll also include in the offer a coach transfer down to Southampton to start your cruise on Independence of the Seas. And I just think that makes so much sense. It means that we've ticked pretty much every box. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again, when we put on a coach transfer, we mean luxury, comfortable coaches, not the old bone shakers that are outside every scout hut.
Yes, exactly.
It's something which is, they've got Wi-Fi on
there
board.
You are!
They've got, some of them have in-house entertainment for you as well, which is lovely. That'll get you down to Southampton. When you get down to the port, of course, very, very easy check-in. And you are then on holiday officially because you're on board Independence of the Seas with Royal Caribbean. It's one of our favourite ships.
It is, and this is her new look because she's been upgraded and updated as well. She is an absolute beloved favourite of the fleet, like you said, and so many people have cruised numerous times on the Independence of the Seas. Now, when it comes to entertainment, the Independence definitely does it in style. There's the iconic rock climbing wall. This is actually a signature of Royal Caribbean. The sky pad as well where you can bungee. You've got the escape room. Loads to keep you entertained during the sea days, which we love, right? Especially if you're cruising with the family. Dining options galore, whether it is Chops Steakhouse that you enjoy, which is a specialty restaurant, or Zumi, or any number of other specialty restaurants, or perhaps you just head on up to the Windjammer buffet to jam that plate full of all of the delights from around the world. You are going to love it. They have parades through the atrium, things like silent disco, 70s night. The cruise staff and team do it in style. And there's even a car right there in the atrium for you as well. Shopping in the arcade, maybe. Head to grab some ice cream from Ben & Jerry's. By the way, there's going to be a lot of brands that you recognise, internationally recognised food and beverage brands, such as Ben & Jerry's and Starbucks on board Royal Caribbean fleet. So that's also a nice familiarity in a home away from home. But look, when you start to get to the warmer weather, you're crossing, you're enjoying the lovely warm Caribbean breeze perhaps beckoning you in, it's going to be amazing. And I tell you what, there'll be no end to the amount of things that you can entertain yourself with during the sea days either. And
that's the great thing about Indy. I mean, if you took a much smaller ship, obviously you would have less choices in pretty much everything. Less choices of entertainment and entertainment venues, less lounges, less restaurants, and less things to occupy you with as well.
Yeah.
This is a great family cruise. This is a great couples cruise. This is a great everyone cruise, actually. You'll find with Royal Caribbean that there is something for everyone of all ages and interests as well. So if you want to be down there with the kids and the grandkids splashing around in the water park, absolutely fantastic. If you want a quiet pool where there's next to nothing going on and you just want to dive into a book, that's there for you as well. Plus, if you like things like those physical challenges and the climbing wall, I always thought, I'll be honest, I was a bit of a gimmick. It's just one of those things just so that they can say there's another thing on there. And then I tried it for the first time on one of their ships and I was like, oh wow.
Yes.
Most people that just look at that should actually get up there and try it because
you've got to do it.
It's exhilarating.
It is exhilarating. And they have ice skating. They have the flow rider, which is the surf simulator on board. So
Yeah.
it's the optimum opportunity to try something new and to kind of push your limits, but in a safe environment. That's why we love cruising. Trying something different doesn't have to feel as overwhelming as it might do back home. So we're cruising out of Southampton, and a day at sea will see us into beautiful La Coruña in Spain. The port of La Coruña serves as your gateway to Santiago de Compostela, which was the most important and famed city of the Middle Ages. And of course, you can see the grave of St. John the Baptist and learn about the pilgrim route. Then it's Vigo, another lovely port in Galicia. Great medieval heritage to this city. You've got the Riviera de Berbes, the old fisherman's quarter to visit. Lots of lovely tapas there. Sit there around the back streets enjoying tapas and beer. Lovely thing to do. Lisbon is on the cards next. Beautiful Portuguese capital. While you're there, you might want to do a tour or two. You can do a tour which is panoramic Lisbon tile factory and wine tasting, which will take in a little bit of everything. Great wines there as well. Then we're on to Ponta Delgada in the Azore Islands, part of the Portuguese archipelago. And it's actually a really volcanic part of the world. So they have the hot springs, the calderas they're called, and Furnace Lake to visit. You can do that by tour or on your own. We're across the pond and into Nassau, Bahamas next, where you can visit Atlantis Resort, Paradise Island perhaps, or head out on the SeaWorld Explorer, where you can it's like a little submarine experience. Another tour you might want to do is Easy Nassau with Forts Pirate Museum and Distillery. We are disembarking in Miami. We have included your coach transfer to Orlando, and you're going to have 3 nights in a hotel in fabulous Orlando to enjoy. Nice time of the year to be doing it as well. October time is a great time to be getting away. 3 days. You can, of course, you're going to be with all your cruising comrades because everyone's going to be heading to Orlando. Well, a lot of people are. But Theme Park Central. Now, you have got Walt Disney World Resort. You've got Universal Studios. You've got Animal Kingdom. You have Disney Studios, SeaWorld as well.
It's all there.
It's all there. Epcot. Oh my gosh, all the water parks. But there's fantastic shopping end to end. You've got the Titanic experience, for example, on the Strip. You have got, which is really interesting, you've got phenomenal outlet malls. And then the surrounding area, and they've just built a brand new train line, by the way, from around Orlando that does go down to different parts in Florida, which is a nice thing to do maybe for one of the days. So you can head down to Cocoa Beach as well, which has got a lovely atmosphere to it. And it's where the Kennedy Space Center is, and that's another place you can visit whilst you are in fabulous Orlando, Florida.
Gosh, I'm
and
dizzy.
guess what? I know, you're off there soon, aren't you? And then we're flying you back to the UK. What a brilliant, brilliant trip on Indy.
It's a good job you've got 2 weeks on the cruise, isn't it? So you can decide what you're going to do in which order when you get to Orlando. Actually, the great thing is because, as actually Mr. P was saying while you were going through the itinerary there, you're travelling, together. So you're getting lots of different ideas from people as well. This cruise is going to be predominantly Brits, right? Because we're sailing out of the UK to America. Some Americans will have come over to then sail back, to America, but predominantly it's going to be us Brits on this cruise. So you'll be sharing ideas and actually kind of trading ideas of things that you'll be doing as well. So those of you that are going to Orlando, you'll meet people along the way on the ship as well who will give you even more ideas. And of course, we can help you with theme park tickets in advance as well. But I know you'll have your own ideas and plans and suggestions as well for that. So what do you think to this then? 16th of October. Remember, this is for next year, and this is 18 nights in all. So first, of course, we've got that wonderful 2 weeks of fun cruising with Royal Caribbean on Indy from Southampton via Spain, Portugal, Ponta Delgada, and then across the pond to Nassau in the Bahamas to end in Miami. We've included the transfer, of course, from Miami to International Drive in Orlando, where you're staying there for 3 nights in a hotel. And then, of course, you've got your flight back to the UK. Oh, gosh. When you see the price tag of this one, you will be straight in. In fact, ring round the family and get your deposits in right now. I can see there's going to be lots of family groups going on this, sort of families of 10, 15, 20 people maybe, all going on this adventure, because look at this. I mean, this is kind of the antithesis to kind of flying over and doing the Disney parks, really, isn't it? Which, you know, is going to cost you a heck of a lot. Out of this, you get more than a 2-week holiday and you get your 3-night stay in Orlando. And remember, if you're flying back to either Manchester, Birmingham or Glasgow, we'll start your holiday with a coach transfer from that city down to Southampton to start the cruise. We really have thought of absolutely everything here. Let's have a look at upgrades then. We'll have to do that sooner rather than later, actually, in terms of the ship, because remember, we've got 4 different holiday packages which all feature the same cruise here. So this is going to get booked up ever so quickly. I mean, really, really quickly. So there are your upgrades going to Ocean View or going to Balcony, and I'd be pretty quick sticks if you want to upgrade on that one, actually. So call us right now. Remember, low deposit. It's $249 per person deposit on this one. So, you know, get the family together, get friends together. If it's just you two as a couple, you'll have an amazing time. Someone you know, getting married around about this time, you know, actually this would make an excellent honeymoon as well. So have a little think about that and sort of ring round friends and family, because this is really brilliant. So we're using this base cruise as, you know, as kind of a starting point, and then we've got, remember, 4 different stories to tell. So our second story has a different ending in the city that never sleeps. So again, 16th of October next year, we meet Indy down in Southampton. We have our 2-week cruise, and then we fly over to New York, and we are going to spend some time in New York, 3 nights in New York. Lucky people.
Well, that's lovely. What a great mini break in New York City. And in October time, we're moving in, well, it's fall over there. It's a brilliant time to visit New York. You'll see the gorgeous colours of the autumn leaves as you stroll through Central Park, as you go from district to district, perhaps taking in Little Italy, Chinatown, heading over to fabulous Williamsburg in Brooklyn, across the Brooklyn Bridge. It's got to be done. You can do a little stroll. You've got to do the New York taxi, forget about it. Yeah, what happens in New York stays in New York. I won't tell you that experience. It's a fun one though. Then go to it's part of the experience, part of the flavour. Head to Grand Central Station too, because it's an iconic viewpoint. That's Coney Island, and a really interesting thing to do. Just hop on the subway and head over there. But museums galore. The Met Museum is one fantastic one to visit. The Guggenheim. There's so much more in the way of museums. You will be dizzied with choice on what to enjoy in New York. Maybe do a food tour. I really enjoyed doing that. I've done the dessert one, and I did the main food one after the other. It was a lot of food, I'm going to say. It was a lot of food. Bike tours are also good. They do photography tours. Oh my gosh, it's just the best city on earth. It is, I have to say. It really is. And the shopping, OMG. Okay, so this is one heck of an itinerary, finishing up with a fantastic adventure in New York City before we fly you home. And of course, taking in those ports, we mentioned on the last trip, it's the same one: La Coruña, Vigo, Lisbon, Ponta Delgada, Nassau, Bahamas, then New York.
Yeah, well, you arrive in Miami and then we fly you to New York from Miami. You have your 3 nights there and then you fly back to the UK. And of course, if you started in either, or if you're flying back to either Manchester, Birmingham or Glasgow, we'll meet you in those cities and put on the coach transfer, of course, which will get you down to Southampton to start the cruise. Listen, our team are like jugglers. I mean, how they're putting all of this together and making it all work, I don't know. But the great thing is I'm rather them having the responsibility than you or I, because I'm rubbish at arranging things like this. Okay, deposits again on this one, same, $249 per person. Price tag, a little bit more, given the fact that obviously we're going to New York on this one, so there's an extra flight in there. But I tell you what, still an amazing price tag. You could spend that easily doing a week in New York with flights, couldn't you? $1,899 per person. Again, this is one of those packages where you really do get more holiday for every single pound that you spend. Let's have a look at upgrades then for this one. So this is the one which includes your 3-night stay in New York again. So these, by the way, these upgrade prices on the screen I'm going to have to apologise because one, I don't know how many times this show will go out, and two, I think the ocean view and balcony upgrades will sell out really, really quickly. So I'm going to apologise on our team's behalf right now. If you call looking for the ocean view upgrade at that extra 99 and it has sold out, I can only apologise because those things can literally change by the hour. So if you want to make this holiday yours, I would suggest you get your ducks. I know it's for October next year, but now we've said it on telly, it's putting ideas in people's minds, you know, and that's what we're here to do. And we used to do this, by the way, on a very, very yearly basis. We used to do the big repositioning cruise on Independence of the Seas from Southampton out to America, and we would send vast numbers. We would half fill the ship on that cruise going out. We've done it for a lot of time. So lots of you know how good this ship is. Right, story number 3 has a different ending. So same cruise out of Southampton on the same date for the 14 nights. We arrive in Miami, but this time from Miami, we're flying to Las Vegas. We are going to my absolute favourite place in the world. I'm going to say so far, because I just think it's absolutely bonkers. Well, you know, who else? Who knows what I might see in the future? But I have to say, I do love this city. I'm going back in September.
It definitely suits your personality, Derek, I have to say.
Yeah,
it
suits
is
the shirt.
fun and vibrant and exciting, and there's so much to do in Vegas.
My shirt's quiet.
From the best shows on earth, and I know you are. You have another trip planned later in the year, don't you? You've already locked in some great. You've already locked in some great shows like
Road 2,
Old Baza.
Road 2 for Barry Manilow.
Exactly.
Me and Mr. P will be there.
Now they have this. They have the Sphere as well. Let's not forget, this is one of the most dynamic and exciting entertainment venues ever built, and then they'll have surprise acts depending on where when you're visiting. That U2 opened the season in the Sphere. It was epic. Oh my goodness, the Venetian. You could actually go in a gondola down a canal. Yes, we know you've done it, Mr. P. We know you've done it. And be
serenaded at the same time. It's brilliant. Actually, Mr. P just said in my ear there, we'll go to the Sphere and we'll take some pictures and some videos. Come and follow me on Facebook. I laughingly call myself Derek Marks, TV presenter on Facebook. Come and follow me, and you'll see some adventures in Vegas when we go in September this year, so you get a much better idea.
Yeah, I loved seeing the pictures you took when you did the go-karting, and you went to Lake Mead, didn't you?
Yeah.
Go-karting?
Yeah, we did the ATV tour.
ATVs, yes. Yeah, that looks incredible.
The Lost Valley, I think it was called, or something. Oh yeah, it was a ghost town, and we also, on the first trip, did a helicopter tour over the Grand Canyon and over the Hoover Dam as well, all of which very, very special. But you've got to go to Vegas,
so
honestly.
It was quite a low-key trip then.
Oh, extremely. Very low-key indeed.
So, of course, after this incredible, the Vegas trip is the finale, of course. We start off in Southampton, heading through La Coruña, Vigo and Galicia in Spain, onto the Portuguese capital, Lisbon, then into the Azore Islands, Ponta Delgada, a few days at sea, seeing us into fabulous Nassau in the Bahamas. Then we're into Miami, where you'll disembark and we'll fly you to Las Vegas with the hotel stay included.
3 nights?
3 nights, and then we'll fly you back.
And let me tell you, the first time you've been to Vegas and you've been for 3 nights, you'll be like, right, I'm coming back here and I want 6 nights next time. You'll absolutely adore it. Seriously, I have told so many people since I first went to Vegas that you should go and try it, and loads of you have been in touch with me as well and said, thank you, I'm so glad you suggested it. I never would have thought about it at all, but absolutely loved it. It's brilliant, it's just bonkers. So, price tag for this one, gosh. You sure this is right, Mr. P? Well, listen, let's put the number up on the screen. Who cares whether it's right or not? Let's just, if they've made a mistake, they'll have to pay for it. Look. It's 1,699 per person. Same deposit on this, by the way. 249 per person. You do the same 2-week cruise from Southampton out to Miami, but this time from Miami we fly you to Vegas for a 3-night hotel stay there, and then fly you back to the UK. Of course, if you're flying back into Manchester, Birmingham or Glasgow, we'll also, for the start of the holiday, get you a coach transfer from either Manchester, Birmingham or Glasgow down to Southampton to start the cruise. We have really thought of it at 1,699. Okay, here's the upgrade prices, if they're still available. I mean, all I'm going to say on that one is the more we mention it, the more I think, oh, Derek, stop mentioning it, because so many people will miss out on the opportunity if they're not quick. And I'm not saying that for any kind of, pushy shopping telly reasons. I'm saying it seriously because I think that is exactly what will happen, is that the, upgrades, people go the other way around that you would expect. You would expect that most people would stay with insides as the best value offer, and then less people would upgrade up to balcony. What's happening these days is people are going, right, okay, well, if we're going a few £100 more, having the balcony, the feeling of that, we'll go for that. So the balconies sell out. Doesn't matter how many balconies there are on a ship, they're going to sell out eventually. Right, final offer. This increases your Indy cruise on our fourth offer from 14 nights to 17 and includes Perfect Day at Coco Cay, which is the private resort, of course, of Royal Caribbean. So again, we start back in Southampton again, on board Independence of the Seas. And this is a good reminder, actually, because this cruise is in all 4 of the offers that we've shown you in this show. And if you've missed anything, by the way, you can watch the show again on the channel, of course, when it pops up, or on demand on our YouTube channel as well. So bear in mind that at the end of this holiday, if you're flying back from Manchester, Birmingham or Glasgow, your holiday starts already before your cruise ship, because we'll put a coach transfer on for you to get you down to the ship to start the holiday. And then, of course, as soon as you're on board Indy, that's it. I'm on holiday.
Exactly. Sit back, relax, enjoy everything that the Independence has to offer.
Well, if truth be told, you'll be straight to Windjammer, won't you?
That is, that's literally like the kind of christening event as soon as you get on board a ship. Excuse me, where's the buffet? I'm up there.
Buffet,
Exactly. And the plates are literally like trays. They are that large, and you can, where is the food at? You can literally fill them with everything from sushi to Mexican, all on one plate. And I kind of love that about being on a cruise ship. It's like, why not just try a little bit of everything? And that's just one of the many incredible food options that you can enjoy on board. The main dining room, of course, if you want to eat in style every night, it's glamorous, it's gorgeous. You feel like you are on a cruise ship of old when you're in that lovely dining room with the chandeliers. It's a special experience eating out every night. And of course, if you don't want to, if you want to kick back and relax in your stateroom, you've got room service, you've got late night pizza, you've got burgers on the go. Johnny Rockets, by the way, no less, which is so much fun. If you've ever been on holiday to America or been on Royal Caribbean, you'll be familiar with them. The atrium, Freedom class, they do it in style. The atrium is the focal and central point of the ship. Incredible parades are happening. Big events, they go big or go home on Royal Caribbean, when they do White Hot Party, when they do 70s night, when they do Caribbean night.
Parades.
It is so much proper parades through the atrium.
It's weird. They do these parades through the centre of the ship, and you're like, where are all these people coming from? You expect like 3 people, do you know what I mean? 3 characters and that's it, and a quick tune and in and out and they're gone. And no, it just goes on and on and on. It's brilliant. All these people come from nowhere. Can I just say something else? My parents have just been on a little holiday here in the UK, and they went to a place somewhere in Norfolk, which was just a big sort of complex of bungalows, as they described it to me. And they said there was quite a few times in their day where there wasn't a lot going on, and they were waiting for the evening to come round.
Yeah.
Because then there's dinner, and then there's a bit of entertainment and whatever. On this ship, there is never nothing going on.
Never a dull moment.
Never at all.
Yeah, and you've got the ice skating, you've got mini golf on board, you have the rock climbing wall, the entertainment district, the flow rider. It is brilliant. And then there's the evening shows. Now, Royal Caribbean are celebrated for their epic, very high production level entertainment. You are going to be enthralled. Cruising out of Southampton, heading into fabulous La Coruña in Galicia, in the north of Spain, lush green gorgeousness, stroll the old town, or perhaps head out and see the famous Santiago de Compostela on a tour for the day. It is beautiful. The cathedral itself is worth a visit. Then it's Vigo, also up in lovely Galicia. Now, you have the CS Islands, which you can reach by boat or ferry. And indeed, Santiago is not too far away, but do enjoy the historical centre of this city and a spot of shopping as well. Then we're on into Lisbon. You've got to ride those famous wooden trams, maybe see Geronimo's Monastery, and definitely have a pastel de nata or two whilst you're there. Café de Medeleite, there we go. That's your coffee with milk in Portuguese. Then we're on to Fonte Delgada in the lovely Azure Islands. A gorgeous, historic old town in this port, but it's very well known for the rich volcanic geothermal activity. So you can actually go to Crater Lake and see that glowing phenomena. We're crossing the Atlantic into beautiful Nassau, Bahamas, with the famed Atlantis Casino. Not just a casino, they have a lovely beach there. There's Paradise Beach as well. You can see some gorgeous marine life, whether you scuba, snorkel or kayak. Then we're into Miami, but this time we're not disembarking like the other offers. You're staying on board and you're enjoying a perfect day at Coco Cay, which is Royal Caribbean's very own island. And it's the only, this island is completely highest roller coaster in North America, which is amazing. But you've also got this incredible theme park. Looks like a giant game of mousetrap, I always think, with so much to see and do. And private cabanas, zip lining. You can do all your tours there as well. You can actually swim with the stingrays, I think, or turtles. They have lots of things on offer you are in the Bahamas, but it's a private island. Honestly, this is your own personal paradise, and I cannot think of a better way to do it than on a cruise that actually, you can actually get your very own villa in the middle of the ocean.
And it's vast. Do you know there are 700 crew that work on board this island? I found that out recently.
Wow, and they don't live there.
On one of our shows. No, they don't. It's just an incredible place. And then you go back into Nassau in the Bahamas for a second stop.
Maybe you want to head to the straw market, do a spot of shopping. It's right there at the port. But the ocean in Nassau is unreal. It's perfect turquoise. It's gorgeous.
Very nice.
Then we're back into Miami where you'll disembark and we'll fly you home.
Yeah, this time we have to come home, I'm afraid. But we have had 17 fabulous nights on Independence of the Seas there. Remember, of course, if you're flying back into Manchester, Birmingham or Glasgow, we've got coach transfers to get you down to Southampton for the start of the cruise as well. So this is the same cruise, but a little bit longer with a perfect day in Coco Cay. Deposits, again, still the same on this one, $249 per person. This is October next year, but it's so good to get those plans in place right now because this will sell out very, very quickly. And you know what? Early next year, this cruise might cost more, because the way the world is, because everything will, won't it? Everything will be more expensive next year than it is this year. But if you put your deposit down on that right now, that's it. That's that price locked in. And that's your fabulous 17-night cruise. And then, of course, your flight back from Miami to the UK. Upgrade prices, I almost daren't mention them again, but I suppose we should show them, Mr. P, shouldn't we? Those of you who are lucky enough to get an upgrade on this one, well, very, very good luck is all I can tell you, because it is going to be one of those where it will sell out very, very quickly. So the ocean views and the balconies, however big a ship is, once those cabins are full, I'm afraid they're full. And I don't think you'd appreciate a party of 8 popping into your cabin to join you, because we carried on selling the deal over and over again. So I would be as quick as you possibly can. So there you go. That show really gives you the same cruise there, fabulous 14-night cruise as kind of like a base, if you like. And listen, that's just 4 ideas. There are more. When you get into Miami, there's a lot of places that you can fly to from Miami that you might want to go to. You might want to hook up with another cruise adventure there. You might want to do something completely wild and wacky somewhere else in America. Just let us know, we'll make it happen.
Fly drive to New York or Boston, maybe from there you could do.
Yeah, you could.
Oh, there's so many options.
Yeah.
Los Angeles, head down to the south, Texas, Louisiana. Oh, I could build the trip for you. No, actually, no, our team will do that. I'm just getting excited for you on your behalf.
I was just thinking on that Vegas one, you could add an LA stay to that one as well, couldn't you? Because they're only, next to each other.
And a Phoenix one, maybe. Head to Arizona, see the incredible cactuses. See Joshua Tree Desert.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Too many ideas.
Yeah, I know.
Listen, we're going to leave those ideas with you. Get calling, though, as quickly as you possibly can, especially if you want those upgrades, remember. And I'm going to apologise now if any of them have sold out. Call us right now, 0800 953 4700. We'll see you back here later.
Cheerio.